Jim Clifford.
Good evening, Mr. President and the Council. My name is James Clifford of Bellsville, Poolesville area in Maryland. I'm a land use attorney, represent many of the farmers in upper Montgomery County, and in fact represent the King family who own 125 acres adjacent to the Pulte tract. But I'm here to talk for myself tonight. I've intended my testimony tonight to address my concerns as an agricultural landowner regarding the impact of the Council eliminating yet another TDR receiving area. However, I've been sidetracked by the concern expressed by so many of the speakers Tuesday night that the Pulte project threatens the drinking water of all of us in the metropolitan area. Not just me, not my family only, but also all those who come after me. That gave me a grave concern. So while listening to the speakers the other night, I made a list of questions that I thought you'd want answers to if I were you before risking such a catastrophic result. I submitted those questions to you in writing along with the answers in a little more detail than I have time to give you right now. First question, what percentage of the total water going into Little Seneca Lake at Black Hills Regional Park is from 10 Mile Creek? The answer was 25%. And second question, how many other creeks feed Little Seneca Creek Lake? There are two other creeks that feed the lake along with, in addition to 10 Mile. What percentage of the water in 10 Mile Creek comes from the two small creeks that pass through the Pulte and King parcels? 9.1%. Since the water in Little Seneca Lake must be released into Seneca Creek to reach the Potomac in order to get to the water treatment plant to be treated and used for drinking water, how many creeks feed into the Seneca Creek after Little Seneca Lake but before the Potomac River? There are 4 creeks that drain into that, and I've given you the names of those in my submissions. How far does the water travel in the Potomac before reaching the treatment plant? 5.13 miles. What percentage of the water in Little Seneca Lake is being used currently for drinking water? You know that answer. It's a reserve, and it's important. And there's been 3 droughts we've experienced, 1999, 2002, and 2010, that provided additional flow for the plant. How does the water coming from 10 Mile Creek impact the water supply, even with sediment and runoff? I asked for a calculation of what would the total runoff of the Pulte King site end up at the water filtration plant. What would that percentage be? And it was 0.0043%. I was relieved to hear all these answers because, frankly, I left pretty scared of what was coming and what was being encompassed by these development efforts. There's 11,400 square miles in the watershed, and that's a big area. Of course, there are still other concerns like volume and speed of groundwater, erosion, the potential creek bed, and I'm concerned about the aquatic life in 10 Mile Creek. This creek needs protection, no doubt about it. These environmental issues are difficult and need to be considered by you on the council. You must also weigh the economic and community effects of your decision. I only ask that you not be threatened or intimidated by either side, but make good land planning decisions that further the good reputation and best interest of the county and its citizens. I think that keeping the RE1 TDR zoning set in 1994 will save the TDR receiving area. My clients would love that because they felt good karma by being in a receiving area. But imposing meaningful restrictions regarding setbacks and impervious caps consistent with the Planning Board's recommendations can result in a fair and proper finish to this matter. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clifford. Ms. Seckinger.
Hello, my name is Annita Seckinger. I'm a soil and water scientist representing Watts Branch Watershed Alliance. Watts Branch is a tributary of the Potomac River, and the two meet right where Montgomery County's drinking water filtration plant is located. As you all know, this plant is facing enormous problems due to the pollution coming from Watts Branch, which is going to continue to cost the taxpayers millions in remediation. Watts Branch was once a healthy watershed, much like 10 Mile Creek is now. 10 Mile Creek is pristine enough not just as a source of drinking water, but a measuring rod against which to gauge the health status of other streams in Montgomery County. Today, however, Watts Branch is one of the most compromised of all our watersheds, and all volunteer organization is working hard to try to restore it. Luna Leopold, son of Aldo Leopold and chief hydrologist of the USGS back in the 60s and 70s, monitored Watts Branch for over 20 years and warned what would happen if development continued. No one listened. Developers were so sure they knew what they were doing. They were mistaken. So today the taxpayers are picking up the tab. I would like to give you a quote from one of Dr. Leopold's reports. He said, "It is well known that urban expansion is usually as advertised as an overall benefit in jobs, increased value, and contribution to net worth. But unarticulated and often purposely hidden are the losses in amenity values and in undisclosed cost, economic, environmental, and aesthetic. One of the perversions pressed upon an unsuspecting public is the benefit-cost ratio that consistently fails to include costs to society that may be delayed. These delayed costs fall to groups other than the ones reaping the benefits." Dr. Leopold said this in 1976. That's 37 years ago. We are now seeing the delayed costs he was talking about. Who's paying for the damages done to the watershed and our drinking water? Where are those developers now? Nothing has changed. Personally, I feel they took a great gamble and lost. Why is it that we keep making the same mistakes over and over again? We need our biological reference stream in order to judge the health of our other streams. 10 Mile Creek is our last best stream because it is our most biologically diverse. Once it's gone for good. I'm asking you, our county councils, to break the mold. Show the people that you care about the health of both our present and subsequent communities and not the short-term monetary games of just a few. Please do not gamble with our future and save 10 Mile Creek. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Ms. Seckinger.